Have you ever wondered what would happen if we used 100 of our brains? That's apparently a myth. We can, however, do some pretty crazy things with our brains. So today I will share with you 10 amazing things you should know about your brain. Before we start, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to keep Hi everyone, welcome to Do You Know channel. There are 10 amazing things you didn't know about your brain. Number 1. There are no pain receptors in your brain. So you can't actually feel pain. While your brain detects and processes pain in tandem with your spinal cord, you actually can't feel someone poking at our brain tissue. Which is why surgeons are able to perform brain surgery while you're awake. We will note that your scalp, along with the membranes that cover your bones and brain tissue, do have the ability to feel pain. Number 2. Your brain needs most oxygen. Your brain uses at least 20% of the oxygen in your whole body. That's about 3 times as much oxygen as your muscles need. Number 3. The difference between male and female brains. We often say the opposite sex is wired different. So is there a difference between male and female brains? Yes, men have larger brain volume and women have thicker cortices. Research done by Diane Halpern PhD, who specializes in cognitive differences between males and females, found that women tend to do better with verbal and writing ability, and men generally perform better with problem solving. Number 4. Our brains are malleable. It's always believed that our brains stop growing at a certain point. But turns out that's another fallacy. Our brain is more pliable when we're younger, but even as adults there's still room for malleability called adult plasticity. Scientists have observed brain cells learning new information using better imaging techniques to make those cells fluorescent. This plasticity occurs through learning, memory formation, experience, and brain trauma and elixirs. Be sure to use your brain and subscribe to our channel for more daily videos. Number 5. Games make you smarter. Did you know that playing video games improves your cognitive skills? So before you get annoyed with your partner for spending so much time gaming, it's possible it's just making them smarter in the long run. HealthyGamer.gg reports that video games increase your attention span, improve decision-making and problem-solving capabilities in competitive environments, and improve memory and learning. Number 6. It's a distant memory. Have you ever been recalling an event with people who are there too, and they remember it entirely differently? You wonder if you've lost your mind or if they were smoking something when it happened. Scientists still can't pinpoint how memory actually works. But Andre Fenton, a neurologist at New York University's Center for Neuroscience, has an idea. He believes our memory is like writing on clay. It smudges, it fades and it bleeds, thereby warping the reality of the events. He added that ongoing biochemical processes in our brain actually can change the way we remember memories. Number 7. Turn up the volume. Hey Luxers, have you ever wondered why music makes you happy? Turns out there's a link between what we hear and the reward circuits in our brain. As explained by neuroscientists Sand Blood and Robert Zator at McGill University in Montreal, pleasurable music activated brain regions called the limbic and paralympic areas, which are connected to euphoric reward responses, like those we experience from sex, good food, and addictive drugs, right? So if you're needing to be addicted to something, we hope you choose music. Number 8. Brains need training just like the rest of our body. Have you ever thought of your brain the same way you think about your biceps? It's an organ after all that gets nourished and trained the same way your muscles do training. Your biceps is a pretty straightforward process, but how do you train your brain? What strength is for muscle, attention is for your brain. The process has a lot to do with awareness and mindfulness, which is why we highly recommend our Mind Mastery course. Number 9. Changes in our brain can lead to mental health problems. The National Institutes of Health are researching the link between mental illness and our brain structure. They believe that stress and environment can be huge causes of mental health issues. If you've gone through a stressful time or your environment has changed, it's never a bad idea to book a session with a therapist, even if you're not feeling super stressed. That mild irritation or anxiety can quickly spiral out of control. A session with a therapist, even when things are good, is never a bad idea. It helps to keep us grounded and moving in the right direction. Number 10. Stress can change the size of your brain. I bet you didn't know stress is actually the most common cause of changes in brain function. I was surprised to find this out when I looked into how stress affects our brains. One study used baby monkeys to test the effects of stress on development and long-term mental health. Half the monkeys were cared for by their peers for 6 months while the other half remained with their mothers. Afterwards, the monkeys were returned to typical social groups for several months before the researchers scanned their brains. For the monkeys who had been removed from their mothers and cared for by their peers, areas of their brains related to stress were still enlarged, even after being in normal social conditions for several months. Although more studies are needed to explore this fully. It's pretty scary to think that prolonged stress could affect our brains long-term. So can you add anything of interest to our list about brains today? We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. We value you and your support. Please subscribe for more videos and give this one a thumbs up.